Good afternoon, Charlene here from Radical Feng Shui with Charlene. I posted a little very impromptu video last night to tell you that in the interludes between doing animals, I'll be talking about travel. And travel is a very fascinating thing in Feng Shui, and it's because I believe that Feng Shui is actually us, that it's very powerful, and it has to do with the Northeast Wall, the Bagua. I've talked about that. It's about helpful people, it's about travel. So I want to talk a bit about my trip here and how I got here and how I did all that. So I used Nine-Star Key Astrology for also movement on the planet. And I charted that out. What's happening in November, December, January, February. And I realized that because my particular number, which is 8, would be in the dead center, in the Tai Chi spot, in the spotlight, more or less, I should not travel from anywhere from February 4th until March 6th. So I knew, and then I looked at, there's a lot of different things you can use, and this is a more advanced part of Feng Shui, but it's also part of the readings, the readings that I do in Nine-Star Key can help you with travel. If you want to travel, it can help you with, when am I going to launch something, like an ad campaign. There's certain months where you can spend a lot of money and nobody's going to see you. So I use travel the same way. The travel aspect of it is about your primary number and the movement on the planet. So I knew that I couldn't move southwest directly, but I did southwest and southeast, southwest. And so I got here a few days before that, and I found a place to stay for exactly the amount of days I had to stay put. So when your number's in the 5 spot, you're in a fluctuation month, but you're also in a place of danger. Also exciting because a lot of information is coming at you, but you have to discern how to use the information, and you can't just go, oh, got an idea, and run with it. So the part around travel and Nine-Star Key Astrology really anchored me in the fact that I'd be getting here to Mexico and I'd be staying for 1 month in one particular location. And I meant a house. I didn't want to move houses or directions of any sort because I just want to be here receiving the information that's coming to me. When your number's in the center again, the dangerous part, it's because we have the energy to go off in all kinds of directions, but it's karmic, so we don't want to travel in a karmic time. Even for a small holiday or a 3-day trip, we have to be very careful about when we move on the planet, because then it pulls up energies that may not be in your highest good, in your intentional being, or whatever that is, in terms of helping you get to what you want to achieve. So travel, Nine-Star Key is very helpful in travel. Now, I also been looking at the location and the cost of airfares for quite a while, and I just casually mentioned to a friend about 2 weeks before I left that I hadn't bought tickets and I hadn't found a place to stay in. And the response was, well, that's very irresponsible. And I was like, well, maybe that's how you see it. But for me, it was just getting finer and finer and finer tuned and honed into when I was going to do it. And it all happened in an 18-hour period where I managed to get return airfares and a place to stay for a month for under $1,400 Canadian. Now that's a whole 33 days at a beautiful, I call it my little mansion. It's got everything I intended. I intended a great view of the ocean, to the west of the sunset. I wanted a ceiling fan with the option of aircon. Didn't care about aircon, but good cross breezes in my room, rooftop terrace, access to a kitchen, close enough to the beach to walk, but not close enough to be on the beach with the beach scene and the noise and the music and all that goes on in a fun little Mexican town. So there's all these things that I was very clear about, and boom, it all happened like that. So what some people may consider irresponsible, I'm fine-tuning until it's like the snake when it strikes. Very observant, using that energy of the snake I talked about. So the next animal I will talk about will be the horse, and I'll be talking more about travel in terms of the things you should be aware of that are Feng Shui in terms of travel. So I just wanted to introduce this to you and tell you travel on the planet. It's very specific for your number, and that's part of one of the readings I do. I also, in my readings, I do the annual update, like what months it's good to do this and this and this, which is how I knew what I had to do. So next month I'm in a place of celebration, 2 months. Celebration and abundance, and my movement is much more freer. So when I leave this beautiful little location, I'm gonna go venture around, go south a little bit, maybe go up into the mountains. I'm just kind of like feeling into it. Setting my reservations far enough in advance, looking for the best deals, and really enjoying meeting the people and all that this travel has given me right now. Thank you for tuning in. Charlene from Radical Feng Shui. Next back, of course. Thank you.